Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. The videos have been reasonably regular. I've hurt my leg again today doing a bit of a run before I went to physio, so I'm meant to be at work but I'm going to have a shave instead because that's all I can really do. I can't be stood on my feet for too long, so let's just get the shave done. So the soap I'm using is... What's going on with this? Is that better? Still don't know how to use this bloody camera. That Darn soap. Now this was a collaboration between Oleo Soapworks and That Darn Rob, who is now Chisel and Hound, I think it's called. I preferred That Darn Rob, I don't know. I do love dogs though, so there we go. Pop that to the side. Now I do have the balm as well for afterwards. I can't remember how I got this soap. Honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember. But the thing I don't like about these, yeah, the great little pump top bottles, I think this might still work, but the cream that's in here, the moisturising balm, for whatever reason, because this isn't really like a very well sealed tub, it just all dries up on the inside. So you can have a full one, sit it on the side for a couple of years and it'll just literally evaporate into like a hard blob and it'll be useless. So that's getting there. I think it might still work, we'll see how it goes anyway. So the soap I've got soaking just in some water. I'm just going to pull that out, slap it on the face. The brush in some water. Now the brush that I'm using today is my Craving shaving, my Siri brush based on sort of the colours from the Siri logo from Apple. And there is the little coin in the bottom, made by Charles Bullock over in the United States. Fantastic brush, it's a lovely handle, it's a beautiful pour. It's pristinely turned, there's no striations or scratches on here. And the knot is a Dura knot from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, which I should probably have used with PAA yesterday or 2 days ago. But it's a very nice little knot. It's got loads of scrub, absolutely loads. It's reasonably dense, but it's not scritchy or scratchy, which is really what I always look for in a knot. I love it to give the scrub without any of the pain. Oleo Soapworks. Now I haven't actually seen Oleo Soapworks mentioned much, really. I think I might actually still follow them on Instagram, but I haven't seen anything new. I don't know whether they're still going, I've got absolutely no idea. I'm just totally out of touch with the wet shaving community at the moment. You know, there's still people that I keep in contact with. Alex, Oive Chapel, Spencer over east, Brown Man Shaves, who's pretty much no more. Yeah, it's loads of people still, not regularly, but I still get in touch with Marion every now and then just to see how he's getting on, Marion the Barbarian, just to see how he's doing. I know he's had a hell of a rough year. But yeah, it's old Shaving Butcher as well. There's a few guys that I still keep in touch with. But yeah, the shaving world moves on. Things have changed drastically in terms of soap scents and soap types and bottles and tub makes and brush styles and new design brushes and shapes, and it's just, there's loads has happened since I've sort of stepped away from it. I do have a couple of I think I've got a few things coming over from Frank Shaving again. He wanted to send some other things over. I said fair enough, as long as, same again, just I'll say it as it is. If you send me something I don't like or that's not right, then it gets said, and he's more than happy with that. All I'm doing here is dipping about that much of the knot in the water, just to this side, and then just painting the water in. Nothing else. I'm not splaying the brush, I'm not doing anything strenuous, nothing that's difficult. You can already see just from that that it's starting to create the lather, it's giving you the base. What I'm really looking for is that all over, where you can see through to my skin, through the lather. As you can see, the more I paint, the thicker it gets again. Same again, just dip it in there. Just keep painting until you get that clear look across your neck and your face. Some soaps take longer than others, some soaps don't like it as well. This has generally worked, so there we go. You can see through to my skin, pretty much all over the place. You can see that the lather on there, or what's in the brush, doesn't look like much. So what I normally do is just scoop that a little bit there onto my chin, splay it, and just start scrubbing away. All over, backwards and forwards in circles, it doesn't really bother me. Now this won't give you a finished lather, but it will get you pretty close. What it will give you is a very dry lather, but with lots of volume. So I haven't added any extra water yet. This has almost turned into a lather tutorial. Still no water, just what I painted in the beginning. And you can see what happens is it all builds up down here. Now what I do then is I just paint it up. Paint it all over, and you can see now you're getting pretty close to an exceptional lather. Now as long as the soap you're using isn't just terrible soap, this works for pretty much every soap with every brush. I'm just painting a bit of water in. I'm not going for massive volume here because I'm using the Feather Artist Club for the first pass. So all I want is I just want it to be nice and wet. And that is perfect. There's still loads in the brush, loads in that knot. Doesn't look like much, but there's loads in there. Right, I've got the razor sat in the water, keeping it nice and warm. It's got a Shick P30 blade in it, and my camera all of a sudden doesn't want to focus, and it's still not focusing. There we go. So this is the Feather Artist Club. This is the sort of the basic one, really, the first one they ever made, I think, other than the sort of, can't remember what they're called, the hair shapers. So this is the first true disposable razor straight blade that they've made, and it's very, very well made. This does not want to focus today, does it? Come on, do me a favour. Anyway, Shick P30 blade. Now what I do like about these razors is you can actually tighten these screws up. There is a little screw on there, and if it gets loose you can tighten it. I've got this quite tight, so once I put it in place it stays there without sliding all over the place. So here we go. So first little pass on the cheek there, lovely. See that lather? Just absolutely lovely. Oleo soapworks actually make a very nice soap. I have in the past had issues with irritation through some of the scents. I think a lot of that may have come down to sort of inferior oil quality, I'm not sure. over here now. I'm just doing the first pass with this, mainly because that's the only real pass I actually enjoy with these at the moment. Oh, that's a bit loud. Yeah, it's just a great quality soap. Yeah, I'm sure it was Vida. I'm sure it was Vida from Audio Soap Works. Back when I was much more active in the community, in terms of Facebook, Instagram and on YouTube, I was part of her sort of testing thing for a while. She was sending out soap samples for people to test and see how they got on with them and how they found them. She made some really nice stuff. A little weeper there. Not too bad. One weeper for my first pass. I don't normally actually get weepers with this, and even I get very little irritation as well with the Artist Club. And excellent slickness. Right, I'm just going to pop the Karve in the warm water, and then just wipe off this handle a little bit with a brush. You can see there just how dense this lather is. Now the camera will most likely pick up lots of air bubbles in that, but that is super dense and super shiny. That's it, lather 2 done, and there's plenty left in there for 3 and a touch up if I want it. Get the razor out the water, same as what I've been using, the Karve Christopher Bradley razor with the A plate and the Derby blade, same blade for the last 2 shaves. Let's see how it goes on a 3rd shave. So it's not a Derby, it's a Voskhod. It's because I've got mild razor in my mind, Derby being one of the mildest. Super smooth. I have found over the years that every now and then I get a Voskhod blade that is just out of this world, and this is one of them, and it's a random thing. I could pull another blade out of the same pack and not have the same experience. Doesn't seem to have the best of quality control, but when you get a good one like this, it's mega comfortable, really nice to use. Just going to put that back in the water again, keep it nice and warm, just start painting lather on again. Alright, so what I've got now is a really dry, thin paste, which will shave absolutely fine. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to dip the tips, just paint a bit of water in, and again, and get back to that same scenario I got in the first instance. Bear in mind, this is the 3rd pass, So this is the third time I've tried to lather up with this now. You can see there, it's gone pretty much, same again, see through to my skin through the lather. Doesn't look like there's much happening in the brush. Now it's best to be gentle here. You don't want to push really hard and irritate all your skin. And you don't have any of the bristles now to help agitate the lather to make it thicker. But look at that. So it went from a really thin pasty lather to pretty darn good again. All from one load. There's still enough lather in there for another full pass or two. I mean, that's buttery smooth, it really is. The soap's helping, the soap is very slick and gives you loads of protection. Excuse me, sorry. Pretty damn good. It is funny, when I do watch this back on, I've got a 4K monitor on my PC, and when I do watch some of these shaves back, when I'm finished, I've shaved, I've done 4 passes, I still look like I need a shave. It's incredible, this camera sometimes, when it's on its good days, it just picks everything up. I don't think there's really much more to do. Just touch up around about the lips. Just got the robot vacuum on the go at the moment, on a routine. I tell you what, robot vacuums, I remember when they first came out and I thought, what a gimmick, that'll be absolutely shit. It's one of the best things I've ever bought in the house. We've got 2 dogs that shed, my beagle sheds a lot of hair, and we've had it now for about 3 months, the vacuum, robot vac, and we haven't had the big vacuum out once. It's also got a mop attachment on it, which does a reasonable job, doesn't do a great job. It's one of the older style ones where it's like a vibrating mop system and the water comes out and it sort of cleans the floor. It does, you know, it does a reasonable maintenance job. I still have to mop every now and then. But the vacuum itself is sensational. It is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot recommend the robot vacuum enough. Now of course what I'm saying is don't go and buy a cheap shit robot vacuum. You do, I've read so many reviews. Oh, I managed to get all of that in that, but I was going to touch up under my nose there, but there's nothing there. Yeah, so we've had it for about 3 months and it has been absolutely fantastic. We've got to maintain it a little bit, you know. Ours has got the auto empty into a little, like a little tower vacuum bin sort of thing, so it's good for that. But yeah, you've got to sometimes, my daughter's hair gets everywhere, so I've got to every now and then get the main roller out and cut all the hairs off it and stuff, but it's so easy to clean, it's easy to maintain. There's no bags other than the one in the tower. This is going to need another rinse. Yeah, I was very, very surprised when we got it. You don't realise really, I mean, we don't have a huge house, we've got about 200 square metres of living space. Obviously you've got furniture and stuff on a lot of that, and tables and beds. But to vacuum our house manually, it takes a while. And this little robot just goes around and does a thing. I used she there, by the way, not to be derogatory towards women, just I've always called my car women's names, and the robot is called Betty. That's perfect, got everything out of there now I think. Yeah, so a couple of little weepers down here, but other than that, one there, I'm really happy with that shave. I think that's been excellent. Post shave just from the soap. It's really nice, it's good stuff. I can't remember, is this the one with, what's in this one? Water, cocoa butter. So this is the duck fat formula. So it's really nice stuff. I mean, I don't know what the difference between having duck fat and cow fat or pig fat. I really don't know, but it's a lovely formula. It's easy to lather, it's easy to work with. You've seen the gloss, the slickness, it's all there. If oleo's still going, it's a very good quality soap. This one was obviously that darn soap, which is like it reminds me a lot of a chai latte or a chai spice mixed with a little bit of sort of wood shavings, and it's really, really nice. It's got a sweetness, it's extremely gourmand. If you like a scent that smells as good as it's going to taste sort of thing, this would be fantastic. This would make a fantastic drink. Very much a chai sort of scent. Lovely. Now, I am going to try and get some of this out. I don't know whether it'll work or not. That darn balm. So here we go. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. That's far too much, but we'll just slap it on anyway. This is much more coffee. Very coffee forward scent. Yeah. It is winter time over here, or getting there now. It's getting pretty cold. I say pretty cold, it's getting to like 10 degrees at night. From 6 o'clock in the evening it's around about 13 degrees Celsius. So it is getting cooler, and I feel the cold big time now. So it does appear that this is actually still working, which is good. I'm going to continue to use this soap until this is finished, because I don't want to waste this and end up throwing it in the bin, but we'll see how we go. Oh, here she comes. Doing a cracking job. Right, so that was the soap. The brush was my Craving shaving Siri brush. I love the little coins. I prefer the little coins over big coins, but this is just a beautiful little brush, little stubby type brush. Lovely colours through it, really is stunning. And a lovely, I think this is a 26mm Dura knot. It's a pretty dense knot, you know, it's a lot of fibres in here. There's lots of backbone in it, but it's lovely and soft. There's no scritch or scratch. It's a very, very good knot. I don't think you can get them anymore. The first pass was done with the, it just doesn't want to pick up this razor, with the Feather Artist Club, made in Japan, which not many things these days are that you can pick up out of a store. The Karve Christopher Bradley razor, which for me is still the best. It is the best for me personally. That's the best double-edged razor on the market. And finished off today with that darn Balm, which is, this is very coffee forward. This is very much like a chai, so you get a bit of the McCafe vibes going through there, you know, a bit of chai and then a bit of coffee. It's a dirty chai split in two. That's pretty much what it is. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. 25 minutes, that's a long video for me, but I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed a bit of a sort of a lather tutorial, and to try and help you guys out there that are struggling with it. And anyway, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. And myself and young Betty down here, we'll catch you guys later. Cheers.